Gamer57 YouTube channel, guys. Today we are going to pull the front fairing off of the bike. Probably try and get the coils out and the valve cover. I think I'm ordering a Dremel with some bits designed for working with aluminum. I'm going to try and do some port work on my own before the head gets sent off. Not entirely sure yet, but we'll see when we get to that. Also, on the previous episode, we were working on this tail section. I did manage to get these all cleaned up, nice, looking decent. Probably going to wind up smoothing this out with the primer and putting some sort of sticker here because it's going to be ripply. And we did manage to get the one piecing almost done. I have to seam the outside, but the inside is one-pieced, technically. Don't know how sturdy one-pieced it is, but it is one-pieced. So. Alright guys, so we're going to start out. I want to pull this front fairing, I have to pull the tank, and then we're going to see where we're going from there. The front fairing's a bit of a chore, but there's a lot of weight to be lost up there. That could be a huge benefit. At the end of the day, I'll show you what weight I have shed, entirely front to back. It's probably close to 12 pounds right now, so get that pulled. Probably pull the coils and the carbs and call it a night because it's getting chilly and the sun's going to be going down here shortly. So here we go. Now that we got that fairing off, we can go ahead and start looking into what we're going to do further. This is not going to run again until the headwork's done and it's been punched out. So, at this point, we're just considering it done on that. Oh, my CDI box was pinched. Anyway, I still have not gone ahead and put mounts here yet because I'm thinking about doing some sort of tab. I got to look into it a little further. And I still have to come up with an exhaust mount. For now, the service stand is going to remain until the work is completed. Then I will remove the service stand. I want to see if I can find someone who can fab a longer swing arm. Shouldn't be too hard, guys. For someone to jig, measure, then cut and extend, shouldn't be too horrible. I wish they made a longer swing arm for this, but they don't. I also need to look into a set of, I can't see it. There's a wishbone down there. I want to get it dropped in the rear, and then I'm going to drop the triple down on the fork at least an inch, just till it touches the bars for now. I'm really tempted to get clamp-ons, because then I could drop it quite a bit further, but an inch seems like it's going to be pretty reasonable. I got to see my exhaust clearances. Speaking of the exhaust, this has a Dale Walker step header. I think it's retarded as hell. It's choked down and then opens up. It makes no sense to me. So, I'm in the search for a larger bore header. First, I got to see how much I can open up the exhaust ports. Then I can measure and see what size header I'm going to look for and see if I can find someone who can make a collector for it. Maybe I can find someone who can fab one from scratch. For now, though, guys, I'm going to set you guys up on the back of the bike, and I'm going to go ahead and pull these carbs off, coils off, and think about opening up the engine. So, we got the carburetors off over here, the air cleaners, the coils, everything's pulled off for the first step of this. So, looking down in here, there's not a whole heck of a lot of room for improvement. I can see some flash I'd like to knock off, but really not a whole heck of a lot. Let's see, going through this one, yeah, there's a couple pieces of flash, but nothing huge. And the same going through. So really, these are fairly efficient to begin with. And they're fairly close to the size of the intake port already. I'll hog them a little bit, not a whole heck of a lot. Just enough to make sure that lip right there goes away. And then I'm going to check into a top end oiling set. So it'll bridge these and bring them down to this high pressure oil feed. For right now, I think I'm going to stop for the day because number one, I'm losing daylight. Number two, it's cold. So in the next episode, we'll probably go ahead. We'll get that crankcase breather housing off, the valve cover off, come around, pull the slave off, the chain off, the header off, and we're probably going to go ahead and lift that head off of this before I pull it out because it is a bloody heavy beast. This is one seriously heavy motor, no joking around. So if we can get that pulled, we're doing pretty good. We're going to go ahead and go inside and pull this bracket right here off. This is the main support. I want to go ahead and nip it here and here. Or no, actually, looking at it structurally, I'm probably going to cut it here and here because all this is doing is holding the blinkers, and it's already bent from the previous incident, which caused that. People don't stop at red lights very often. And my headlight is bloody heavy, but I don't see a whole lot of ways to lose that, so we're going to probably live with it. We are eliminating the blinkers. We're going to shave them and put probably some sort of flat mounting one. I'll have to fill the big old honking hole, same thing I did with the other one, and I'm going to lose all my stickers, but who cares? Stickers don't mean speed, guys. So we'll see what we can shed there. I really, really would love to cut this and then take this to a guy. I'm going to weigh it. It's probably not much lighter if I did it in aluminum, but I want to make this bracket out of aluminum coming forward, wiring off, and supporting the fairing. Don't think that's going to gain me a whole heck of a lot. The big advantage is I can lose all this bottom portion of it. Well, I don't want to lose all of it, probably out to the edge of the gussets here, because I want to leave this gusseted strength against it. Just got something to rest against so don't settle. So we'll go ahead, go inside, tear that down, do a little fiberglass on that other portion. For now, I got to quick put the bike back in and pick up my tools, which are a bloody mess. And we'll catch you guys when we get inside. So we're back. We're inside. We're in the warmth. Much happier now. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and remove the turn signals and try and get this heavy honker of a bracket out of here. Turn signals should be a cakewalk. Yep. 2 seconds. Now this one's garbage. We're going to throw it in the weight reduction. Keep track of everything we've taken off of this. If we don't, well, how are we supposed to know how much we lost, right? Looking to try and hit 15 pounds. Which means I need to shed about 3 more, 3 to 5. I'm guesstimating. I haven't put any of this on a scale yet. I will, before all is said and done, have this on a scale at work on one of my brakes, and we'll see how much this actually weighed. Because the bag I've got, which is going to be transferred to a box here shortly so I can show you what all I've removed, should add up to a pretty decent amount. And I am not even done. So, before we crack the fairing itself, I want to make sure these are out. Up here. The shiny screws, I've always wondered what they went to. Because they never really looked too hard. Are for mounting the fairing. Now this should, after I get done, split. This is a multi-piece fairing. We're going to remain as a multi-piece because one piecing is a pain, and adding weight to something that is structurally sound isn't really logical. The only reason I one-piece that rear section is it was no longer structurally sound. The tabs had broken, it was no longer affixed to itself. Good Lord. That's tearing up. And I'm probably moving out of frame. finally, yep, finger tight. Got it. Some things get tighter before they loosen, huh? Come on, how long do you have to have a screw? You ever wonder that? Why they put a 5 mile long screw in something? Anyway, this should be, in theory, it's caught on a rubber grommet up here, I think. Oh, hey, there's still one of the mounting screws up here up top. Completely forgot about that. Since the day I bought it, it's been missing the mounting screw over here, and I have no clue why it's missing. Maybe a reason, maybe it's stripped, I don't know. We'll find a screw before it's all said and done, and if it's stripped, we'll tap it out and get a bolt in there, because we're taking away from structural integrity a little bit, so I want to make sure we maintain what we physically have. Alright, and there we go, guys. That would be a completely stripped down front fairing. That is still fairly heavy. That light is not, well, light. It's probably 4 or 5 pounds there. But this in itself is probably 2 pounds. Let's see if we can cut that down to 1.5 pounds. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to set you down here. And we are going to cut right here, and then we're going to come up and cut right here, because none of this has anything to do with mounting the fairing down here. Horn, don't need it anymore. Race bike, blinker mounts, don't need them anymore. Going flush mount. So that should solve a lot of our issues right there. We actually legally don't have to have turn signals, as long as I'm using hand signals where necessary. I prefer turn signals because I really don't like getting run over. And we're trying to maintain this as at least street legal. So if I choose, I can run street ET, I can ride it straight to the track and never have to trailer because I don't have a trailer. So we'll go ahead and cut them off quick and see how much weight we've lost to date. Okay, so here we go. We got odds and ends grommets. What we cut off today, and turn signal. We have left passenger bag, saddlebag mount, passenger support bracket, the biggest of all, and the most weight shed in the hurry. That rear section and tool tray really didn't have a purpose, didn't need to be in there. So off camera, before we even started, I had removed this because it was annoying. This is a cargo rack. That's about 2 pounds. So we're getting there. We got license plate light, seat mounted bracket, grab handle. This is about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds of just little tabs and nonsense that meant nothing to the bike. All the additional mounting they had for all sorts of stuff that bike doesn't even have anymore. mostly for the emissions airbox and all that good jazz, which we've cut off. And in the end, this is the last thing going in because I really don't want to bugger it up too much more. US 129 sticker is what I'm looking to maintain here. I got a freaking sliver. Anyway, it's the old tall windshield. Used to have an extension on it. This came up at helmet level. It was tall, it was drag. At 100 mile an hour, this would lay down on the tank. It wound up shattering the windshield because of it. So all in all, we're looking at maybe not as much as I was thinking. I'm betting there's 8 pounds, 7, 8 pounds there. Maybe 10. We'll see when we get it on a scale and where we're at in the end. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. And if you have any input whatsoever on this project, negative, positive, I really don't care. Go ahead and throw it down in the comments section and I'll respond to you. Opinions are always welcome, guys. Thanks for watching.